What's good, lads? I'm Kaki, and this video will explain a clever new poker format exclusive to GG Poker, the Flip and Go. I'll discuss the buy-in, prize pool, how the rake works, give some basic strategy advice. I'll also provide a couple examples of me playing them, and I'll leave all of the timestamps for those things in the comments section. If you want to start playing these, use my link in the description below. You get 100% deposit bonus, plus you may be eligible for additional prizes. Hit me up with a DM on Twitter, Instagram, or Discord. Let's get into it. No matter where you're playing from in the world, there will be 2 flip and goes every hour, starting on the hour and half past it. Every prize pool is guaranteed, which means that if not enough players enter for enough total dollars to fill this prize pool, GG Poker will pay the difference. So if you see that you're sitting alone or one is not quite filled yet, it means that you're getting better value for your money to enter that one. The rake is as follows. The $20 and $3 buy-in is roughly 5%. For the 50-cent buy-in is roughly 6%. And for the 5-cent buy-in, there is absolutely no rake. So how do these rake structures compare to similar buy-in standard format multi-table tournaments? The flip and go is about 50% less rake. You do not have that opportunity to build your stack with your skill advantage. However, you don't have to play the thing for anywhere near as long. Most of the skill is on the final table where the ICM is hot and heavy. So I think it's a good deal. I think we're going to see this be a really popular format going into the future. And a special shout out to people who play micro stakes. The opportunity to play these tournaments with zero rake is massive. I think this is the best deal you can get on the internet if you play anything that's to do with like $1, 50-cent buy-in stuff. Like this is the best thing you could be playing. Play the 5-cent, buy in for 50 cents, make some money. There are some additional things that you need to know about the flip and go. Firstly, you will be dealt 3 cards instead of 2. You will be all in for whatever amount of chips that you have before the flop and up against all of your opponent's hands. However, with the 3 cards that you're dealt, you'll be able to discard 1. This may seem like a basic choice. However, the element of skill that comes into play is everyone can see everybody else's hands, and I believe you have around 30 seconds to make a decision of what card you'd like to discard based on that information. So there's a little bit of skill there. You definitely want to check out what your opponent has. Is your live card live? Is it blocked? How many of them are gone? If you have a flush draw, how many hearts have burned, etc. These kind of things come to mind. And when it comes to actually registering the tournament, you'll click on the buy-in that you want to play. You'll click register, and now you have a choice. Do you want to buy in for 1, 2, all the way up to 10 starting stacks, which will cost you 10 times the amount of the buy-in if you wanted to do so. There is some strategy involved in this, I believe, but I firstly will need to explain what the flipping bonus is. So, since you're dealt 3 cards, you will get a bonus in chips, starting stacks times 1 if you were dealt a 3-card straight. It does not matter about the order of this. You could be dealt an 8, a 6, and then a 7. Same for the straight flush, like they don't need to be in sequence or anything like that. But say I bought in for 1 buy-in and I've made a straight, I would get an extra buy-in worth of chips added to my stack prior to that all-in flip. If I made a flush, I'd get twice, but if I bought in for 10 buy-ins and made 3 of a kind, I would get 3 times the 10 buy-ins that I bought in for. But that sounds like an even proposition, right? Like if you have a short stack, you have just as much chance of getting the value out of this flipping bonus as the same as a guy does that bought in for 10 times as much as you with 10 times the chips. That's true. However, if you buy in for 10 times the amount of chips, the chance that you survive the first all-in because you cover other people is higher, which means that you have a second chance to realize the bonus of being dealt a 3-card hand that qualifies, like a straight through to a straight flush. And since you have more chances, it's basically like realizing more of the free edge that exists in the game. Even though you can't control what you're dealt, you can control how many chances you have to get dealt these things. So even though when I played some of these yesterday, I entered for 1 buy-in, I hadn't really given it enough thought. I realized later it's definitely the way to go, at least unless you guys have another opinion about that. Let me know in the comments if you do. But to me, it seems like for sure it has to be better to buy in for 10 buy-ins when you enter these. Part of the way through making this video now, and I was just explaining about how 10 buy-ins is definitely the way to go, and I thought, well, I'll just buy in for 10 buy-ins right now. Since the only other times I played it, I actually bought in for the minimum, thinking that might be a good strategy. Let's see if I can prove that it's better to do the 10. We are the only person at the table that has the full 10, so we will not be eliminated this hand, giving us 2 chances at hitting a jackpot. A jackpot would obviously be enormous for us. We're mainly heads up against Rezagol. We want, oh, an ace is big. Ace queen, okay, no straight for us. But this is a solid hand. This guy has nothing. He's going to go with a deuce and a 5 maybe. They're telling us to discard the 10 here, and since we are up against this guy more than anybody else, I'm feeling that we don't, I don't really know. Queen 10 still dominates him. The ace is live against the whole table though. Yeah, I think I'll discard the clubs even though they're pretty reasonable. Interesting spot here pre-flop. Deuce 5 offsuit we need to beat. Okay, top pair. That's very, very, very good. Nobody has a 4. There is a flush draw. We could just wipe the table out clean here. Good suit. No 10. Actually, the queen 9's beating us, I just realized. Ace! Okay, so we lose the main pot, I believe, and we win all of the rest of the pots. So we cover this dude pretty heavily. We got another chance for a jackpot. Hopefully easy pickings. His name is Hummus with Egg. I can respect that. Another ace, just enormous for us. Absolutely huge. Okay. Is he going to go with the deuce 5 suited? I think we're going with the ace 3. Actually, if he goes with the deuce 5, the ace 7 is just better. 2 overs to his pairs. Yeah, okay. I think that's the way to go. Goes for 9-5. Fair enough. Up here. I wish he wishes he had that deuce 5 of clubs now. Although, I mean, it didn't matter in the end. GG. I credit all viewers watching this with my final table appearance in this tournament now. Thank you very much. It was because of you guys and wanting to, I don't know, prove that I believed in the idea that I was selling that I entered this and did well. So hopefully we can take the whole thing down. There we are. Here we go. Oops. Let's get a little prize pool information. We're in for $200. So if we do come 8th, we will not make our money back. But any position above that will be in the profit. First place, $885 approximately. Neo Sulza pulls out the deal. I'll do it just to see if other people would do it. Just keep it quick. I'm just interested. This is a friendly game. This is a friendly game. Let's see what happens. Alright, nobody wants to deal. Just the 3 of us, okay? I retract my deal. Cancel the deal agreement. I have a very big hand. I cancel the deal agreement. Wow, that is some good hands. Okay. Nope. 7's in trouble. GG. Oh, Jeff Bloss on the chopping block. Classic. Oof. A lot of outs here for Ace King. Everything's a scare card, but the brick. Ace, Queen. Oh, almost. Ace, Queen, King, Or 9 was good there. It was a king for a second. Okay, we're gonna see a min open, so we're in. Okay, it's a good flop. I think we're just gonna donk jam. It's for pot. Ace high is like, it's not that easy of a call. Yeah, it's got a very good hand. Will this be the end? Down to the river. Okay, it's a picture. Is it red? It is not red. There you have it, we bust. Make a $91 profit. Good game. Best of luck to the players involved. It would have been funny to see a deal. Everybody just making a deal. But for the viewers at home, I tried to give it the old win. Unlucky.